That was a bit of Don't Stop Believing to get us in the Olympic mood. And we're delighted to say that we've got somebody who's actually live down in London there for us now. Sarah's here with me in the studio, and we're delighted to say a big hello to Claire.
Good evening.
Good evening, Claire. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And where are you and what have you been doing?
Well, I'm based in Excel in London, which is in the Docklands, which is a stadium that has got about 7 sports on. So we've got weightlifting, boxing, table tennis, judo, fencing, to name the ones I can remember. And my job, I'm working in event services, so that can be anything from taking spectators to their seats, so that's when I get to see a bit of the action, to checking people's accreditation. As I'm sure you can imagine, there are lots of zones in an arena, so it depends on where people are authorised to go. So today I was in judo, checking accreditation back of house, so it was about whether I could let through all of the athletes and their entourage, essentially, so coaches, families, all that kind of thing, into the various parts of the stadium. So it's a real variety of stuff, to be honest.
Now then, judo was a good place to be today for Britain, wasn't it?
It was, yes. It was very loud, to be honest. I haven't seen the score, but the whole place was shaking. I was like, well, something good has definitely happened. And when the athletes came back through, they were all skipping and laughing, which is always a good sign. But I believe one of our girls did well and went through.
She got silver.
Oh, fantastic! That's what it was then.
But however, there was the curse of David Cameron.
Oh, was he around? Was he?
Yes, he was. And I, if I would have been her coach, I would have got somebody to have gone up to him and told him to leave. And then,
really?
Yeah.
Tell me, is the atmosphere down there as electrifying and as exciting as it appears on the telly? Because I have to say, I think the nation is gripped by it now. We've suddenly got Olympic fever. Is there a real good buzz down there?
Absolutely. Any time there is a GB, Team GB person playing, the whole place goes wild. And like I say, when the Team GB judo girls today were playing, the whole place was shaking. You know, people were stamping their feet, they were screaming. I couldn't see a scoreboard or couldn't ask anybody sort of exactly what was going on, but I knew there was something Team GB-wise that was happening.
That's super. And from your opinion, because there's been a lot of criticism about the seating and ticketing, and there's does it appear to be full from where you are, or are there some gaps, and can people get tickets?
On the whole, yes. But I can't actually get any tickets, because even myself, you know, I've been going online every night to see if there are any tickets for anything available at the Olympic Park. But the seating areas that aren't available are generally, they're seats for officials. Right. So if they don't turn up, then those seats, well, to be honest, we've been allowing sort of athletes as they come through, because there's only certain areas cordoned off within the seating area for particular people. However, sometimes the family of an athlete will say, I want to sit this side because they're going to play in this corner, because different things happen in different places of the arena. So sometimes you can sort of say, well, I've got a few seats here, you can sit there for that match, but then you have to move. So it's reasonably flexible. I'd say on the whole, it's well subscribed. Good. I think the biggest challenge is you'll have, with some sports, a long session. So something will start at 9 till, say, 4. Yeah. So individuals will come in, they might only stay till 12, but what we're not doing is reselling the tickets, which I think is where we're missing a trick. Because I think if you go to Wimbledon, on your way out, you give your ticket in.
That's right.
And they will resell it. Yeah. And that's where I think we're missing a trick as well.
Oh, wow. I mean, it just sounds amazing and it looks amazing. Very jealous sitting here.
Yes, but I think we're all very jealous. I mean, particularly on a day like today where basically everything has gone completely and utterly ballistic, where Britain has won. You may not be aware of this, but Britain has won 3 gold medals and 4 silvers today.
Fantastic.
And it is. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, up until a couple of days ago, people were saying, it's the Olympics and we're not doing very well as usual. But all of a sudden, everybody, it seems like the whole nation has just got behind Team GB.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, that is good. Yeah, well, I'm tending to find, I try to keep on top of it as much as I can during the day, but it is involving getting up at 4:30 every morning to get into London to start shifts. So I have to say, as soon as I finish, I just kind of, I think I'm going to have a nap.
Yeah, don't blame you.
So what are your shifts?
On the whole, they start at anything from 5:15 in the morning to, well, up to 5 o'clock at night. So you're talking some very long shifts. Sometimes I might just do, say, 6 till 12. I might do sort of a 10, 11-hour shift.
And how are they treating you as a volunteer? I mean, what sort of, have you got any perks at all? Or?
Well, we get an Oyster card and we get a meal when we're there. The rules around that are a bit tight with regards to, you've got to 10 and a half hours to get a meal, to get 2 meals. So if you get in at 6 o'clock in the morning, but you're on to something like 4:30, it's not quite 10 and a half hours, so all you get is lunch. Whereas actually, when you've got up at 4:30 in the morning, you'd like to think they could give you breakfast as well. You know?
Yes.
So it's things like that. And what else? As a whole, yeah, being treated fine. To be honest, it's the biggest challenge, I have to say, is dealing with the athletes. Because we are upholding, the rules and regulations, and you'll find a lot of the athletes kind of think they can do what they want and not pay any attention to any of the rules in the building. So that's the biggest challenge, I think, for us game makers. But it's a brilliant experience. It's absolutely fantastic to be a part of it.
So what's happening tomorrow down then at Excel?
Tomorrow, well, all arenas will be on again. Luckily enough, I've got a day off tomorrow, so I'm really quite pleased about that. But at some stage, and I'm just trying to check when that is, the judo will finish. Let's have a look. So, on Saturday, just having a look. So judo is finished now. That's finished. Then, North Arena, empty tomorrow. Nothing's happening in there. And then the wrestling starts on Saturday. So that swaps to the other sport in that arena. And then similar thing will happen with South Arena 1 over the weekend, sort of next week, where fencing will finish and taekwondo will start on Wednesday.
Oh wow! Well, we've got some medal chances in how do you pronounce it?
Taekwondo.
Thank you. Yes.
Not Toy Across the Zoo. Which is something completely different. Good. Well, it sounds amazing, and I have to say we have got it on in the studio here, so we're kind of with you on the screen, if not in person.
Fantastic. That's good to know.
And have a great day off tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Will do.
All right, Claire. Thanks for ringing us.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
And that was Claire live from the Olympic Park.
Keeping you company. This is Radio Warneford, your free hospital radio station at Warwick Hospital.